Hello my lovelies, and I am so glad to be posting my video today about my vlog to my experience with London. And what I'm going to tell you in this video is about 4 categories that I think will be really helpful for you to know if you travel to London and if you want to go to Paris from London. I just went, and I went for about a week, and I had the best time of my life. They had to drag me out. I did not want to leave. I was so in love with all of like the history and the sophistication of the people and the like ancient architecture that was all around. Oh, it was just dreamy. It was amazing, and I loved it so much. So I think that this is going to be helpful, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my trip. So let's do it. So I'm going to break this up into about 4 categories, okay? I'm going to tell you guys about travel. I'm going to tell you guys what you need to know as far as how you dress. I'm going to tell you about the food, which is arguably like the most important thing. And then also I'm going to talk about some local phrases that London has that I learned, and it just cracked me up, so I had to share. And then also, there's some things I learned about as far as colleges go. So no matter what age you're at, if you've ever were curious about going to college in London, there's some really cool things. So if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll be able to find out about that. So that's pretty nice. And so as far as travel goes, the first thing that I was wondering about when I went to London was, do they have Uber here? I practically live by Uber in the United States. And yes, London has Uber. So I was so excited about that. And then another thing, so London has Uber. So you can use Uber as long as you have data. You should not have a problem with getting around. And also, so if you're looking to get a taxi as you're traveling around in London, I say don't get the black, really cool, historic looking taxi. Don't do it. Don't do that, because before you know it, as you're in the taxi, the price is going to go up, and you're not even a quarter of the way there. So don't get the black taxi. But if you do get just like a regular taxi, the prices are pretty comparable to Uber. So either way, it's going to be pretty good for you. Another thing, if you're in London and you're in for about a week, which was about what I was, and you plan on going to a lot of different places like Camden Market, Piccadilly Circus, Covent Gardens, those are all gorgeous places that if you go to London, I tell you, you have to go and see. It will blow your mind. But you're gonna want to get an Oyster card. You're gonna need to get an Oyster card, and you're gonna have to take the Tube. The Tube is it's their subway system, and it's super efficient. It's normally always on time, and I loved it, and it will save you so much money then from taking an Uber from like town to town. It's like $5, $6 to get from one town to 5 towns. Like that would have taken you about 30 minutes of a drive. It's really, really fast and super affordable. So get an Oyster card. It's worth it. You can top it up, and to every station that you go to, it's so worth it. And then finally, last but not least, for travel, I need you guys. You're gonna thank me later. You can comment below and say thank you so much. Comment below, and then you need to download the app CityMappers below. I'm gonna put a link and how to spell it below in the description so you guys can figure out how to do that. But CityMappers, download that. CityMappers is basically this wonderful app that tells you all the schedules for train, bus, taxi, all the different ways of transportation. It also calculates fastest route. It calculates even weather in this app. So for London, where it rains a lot, that's really, really helpful. And it's a free app. Just download it. I'm not endorsed for it, but it's gonna, give you a lot of peace of mind. So like I said, you can thank me later. So that's travel, and that's gonna help you out. Next thing is attire. What you need to wear. How much you need to layer, because it's cold. You need to do that. Attire. I went, which in US would be summertime, in May. Yeah, it was in May, April into May. And I was like, I'm gonna wear dresses, I'm gonna look so cute, I'm gonna take tons of pictures. Let me tell you guys, it is cold. I had to get a scarf. I had to get like warm clothes because I was walking around and I was like really, really cold. So I'm gonna say that need to pack warm clothes, need to pack pants, need to pack closed-toed shoes. If you think you're gonna wear heels, don't even think about it because it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna have the chance to wear them. And then the next thing, always bring an umbrella with you. I'm gonna say if you're going to London, it's really important for you to bring an umbrella with you because at any point in time, it can rain. The weather in London is known for being really rainy. Thank God, praise the Lord, hallelujah, it did not rain on us. It actually rained one time. And what was really funny about that is that the locals of London, they were so unbothered by the rain, nobody even like ran to take cover. We're like, we're wet, like trying to run into like the closest shop. And everybody else, like all the punk rock Londoners, they're like, rain don't bother me. And I'm like, I'm wet my hair. Do you know how long this took? So anyway, bring an umbrella if you're going to London because it could rain at any time. It's really gonna help you out. Always wear a scarf, like I said, and wear leather. If you're a vegan and you're like anti-leather, I totally understand and respect that. But the style in London is very fashion forward, punky, edgy, and everybody wore like a big scarf and a leather jacket or some leather boots. That is like the dress code in London. So if you are worried about not blending in, you want to blend in, just throw on that leather jacket and that scarf and you'll blend right in. So that's another thing. There's some areas in London also that I love so much. They're so committed to who they are. They're super punk. Like I am talking platform, Kiss like boots and like neon hair and dreads and piercings, and they're just committed to who they are. It's absolutely fabulous. But that's also in London. And so yeah, that's what I have to say about attire. Next, food. I love food. I'm such a foodie. So food. Typically, the food in London is actually really bad. Like, don't order nachos when you go to London. Because if you order nachos, you're going to get a giant plate of nachos with some Mexican cheese sprinkled on top. It's not even, the cheese isn't even going to get. It's like the bottom chip. And some jalapenos. And there's nachos. They don't even put like salsa on it. They serve it on the side. Don't order nachos. Typically, British food is awful. The staple food of London is fish and chips, and almost anywhere you can go, it's like a fried cod with French fries, and people in London refer to French fries as chips. French fries are chips, and actual chips, like potato chips, are crisps. So if you want French fries, ask for chips. You're gonna get French fries that way. Interesting, but it's true. The food's not really good, but that's kind of like a hit or miss. If you go to like a locally owned pub, almost every locally owned place that we went to, we had decent food. But every time I ordered, the best thing to order when you go to London, from my experience, was to order like sea bass or trout. They really know how to cook their fish well. But anything that had to do with like a burger or, you know, that wasn't me. I'm not eating burgers, but my boyfriend was eating burgers. But burgers, anything chicken, like they haven't gotten that down pat yet. So don't do it. And so another thing that's really important, the coffee. The coffee in London is, oh my God, it's to die for. And I love it so, so much. And I'm a mocha latte girl always. Everywhere I go, I get mocha lattes because coffee is an aphrodisiac and it releases endorphins. So I feel like, why would I get a drink that isn't going to give me endorphins? So I'm always going to get a mocha latte. But in London and in Paris and France too, they're like Dunkin' Donuts. It's called Cafe Nero. Cafe Nero. N-E-R-O. When I first saw it, I thought I said Cafe Nerd. And I died laughing. I was like, that makes so much sense. Cafe Nerd. But no, it's Cafe Nero. And they have amazing mocha lattes. It's almost like a mix between a Dunkin' Donuts and a Starbucks because they actually have like fresh food on the side that you can order, but super good. you can definitely get good coffee at Cafe Nero. And so, yeah, that is the food part of London. I have to tell you, the food, if you want good food, you need to hop yourself on a Eurostar, pay the $100 and go to France, because the food in France, dreamy, so dreamy. But that's gonna be my next vlog. And so, local phrases. This is the funniest part of London. London sense of humor cracks me up so much, because we stayed with family just a couple days when we were over there, and they said this is some of the phrases. You look like a broken umbrella. That basically means like you look messed up, you jacked up, makeup's wrong, you look like a broken umbrella. I think that's so funny. And I'm going to be saying that. I'm bringing that phrase back to the US because that's just so accurate. And another thing, if you're going to bars, you're going out drinking, and you get really, really wasted, I can barely still pronounce this right, but people in London say she's bollocked. Bollocked. I don't know how. Bollocked. That's what they say. When somebody's super plastered, they say she's bollocked. Next thing. Something that really kind of took me off guard. People in London, when they're saying thank you, they don't always say thank you. They say cheers. Like, I held the door open for a girl, and I was, just casually, thank you. She looked at me and she's like, cheers. Cheers. I'm like, oh, I guess that means thank you. So cheers instead of thank you in London. And another thing, so now that is everything about the phrases. Those are the 3 phrases that I picked up on and I loved so much. I thought they were so funny. But the last thing is about the college, and that is in London, even like the prestigious schools that we hear about in America, like Oxford, their college tuition cannot exceed $8,000. Like the typical good tuition for America, like if you're going to NYU, Rutgers, anything like that, it's at least like $125,000 a year. $125,000 for a college education. In London, it cannot exceed over $8,000. And the education is just as amazing, if not better. Did I just say that? I did. So that was something I found to be amazing, and I think I'm going to look into that in the future. So that is my, brief little vlog about my experience with London and some things that I picked up and some things I believe will be of good value for you guys if you guys ever travel to London. Most important thing that I loved about London, I am just so in love with the culture and the architecture and the fashion and just the sophistication of people there and the way that they do things. It just was amazing and so inspiring for me. And I have to say, traveling the world is something that is just, it's such a blessing to be able to see other cultures and places. And I don't know what your dreams are, but I have to tell you that there are ways to affordably travel the world, and you just get out there and do it, because the things that you'll see in these other countries, it's nothing like America. America's great. I love that I live here. I never want to leave, but to be able to see the world and to see like Great Britain and London, it will give you such a different perspective on life itself. So I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching this video, and I want you to subscribe, and I want you to stay tuned for all of the more videos that I pop out, and I love you so much. Stay inspired, and I love you.